What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition. Please, leans, likes, and lots. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me. On this video goes a long way for you. That way you become a president of great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. It's been pretty damn good here lately. We got MLB, Lindy's, leans, likes, and lots fired up there for this two-game Seoul series. Game 2 going to be interesting. So part of me that doesn't know if Shohei Ohtani is going to be in the lineup or not, which got me a little bit terrified. There's some news today. You should just look at your phone one time, you'll find it. But anyway, NBA going pretty darn well here. Ended up locking the under of 12.5 points for Malik Beasley. He has this many at halftime, so that's a really, really good start like that. And then, of course, Chet Holmgren, 9 points in the first quarter. In the first 7 minutes of that game, hopefully he can come through for us. Find me... What did I need? 6 more? 7 more for a lot of you out there. I know that it moved to 15.5, closed at 16.5 in some spots. Pretty wild closing line value there. So hopefully Chet can just make that a no sweat bet here by the end of this first half. But we got to get recording, friends. A lot to talk about here on this 8-gamer we have before us. Or is it 7 games? It's 7 games. I'm a liar. Look at that. I'm a liar and an actress. Get the fuck out. That's from... Where's that from? That's from Love Island. That's an Italian guy who was on Love Island. Pandemic was weird times, friends, that's for sure. Bet 365, not weird times, awesome stuff. Bet 5, get 150 in bet credits. We'll talk about the states where that's available. I know North Carolina, come on and raise up. You got Arizona. I know you got Colorado, Iowa, it's been there forever. Lots of states, we'll talk about them all. It's if you're 21 and over. If you have gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But lots to get to. We'll talk Odd Shopper. It's the NCAA tournament, but we got NBA games. We got producer Jacob on hand. He's excited because he's just tailing me all the time, right? Right, producer Jacob? Yeah, he does tell me all the time. It's great stuff. Let's get to the picks. Our day begins with the Pelicans and the Magic. Not one for scoring, 209.5. I talk about it all the time. Again, 30-1, 33-1, depending on when you got it. Sitting at 26-1. The New Orleans Pelicans to win the West. Again, I think the West is more wide open than most people do. Karl Anthony Towns, don't really know what we're looking at for his status, how many minutes he'll be able to play, if at all, come playoff time. We still don't know exactly what we got here for Denver, because Denver has a lot of the same question marks from 2 years ago before they won a tournament and Jokic just went scorched earth on the world. But I will say, New Orleans continues to impress me every time I turn on the basketball games. You got Zion, you got Ingram, you got sometimes McCollum falling on hard times, but they've been closing a lot with Alvarado because defensively he does do a lot more. You know, he pissed off Chris Paul once upon a time. Google that one too. But Orlando, friends, they've been equally as impressive here of late. Really like this game. It's going to be a fun one to watch in the early window. And I'm going to throw out 2 lean/likes here in the first 3 games. So I want to explain kind of what's going on with each one of these. Because a lean, that's always something I'm thinking about betting. And I will stipulate and say, I'm going to bet it if X and X happens. This one, I have already put a small wager on, but this is on the outside looking in for me if you are going to play everything on the card. And then there's another lean like that I haven't bet yet that, again, it just depends on if you want prop exposure, if you want total exposure, if you want to have any kind of these spreads. Because, again, there's some variability on this card. We have one game that I have no idea what to do with because we don't know the news. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he kind of matters. But I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive that this is going to be a competitive basketball game. And as such, I know defensively both of these teams bring it like crazy. And we've been taking some unders on some really low numbers of late, and it's been paying off pretty darn well. This is one I'm kind of interested in the inverse of that. I like the over, considering it's inside of -110, sitting at 209.5. If you line shop, if you are looking at every other book right now, sitting at 210.5. And it's been sitting there for about an hour and a half. The lines have been out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, pretty much everywhere. And so it's weird to me that FanDuel is staying still and the other books are staying still, and I'm just getting a point. It's not very much, but it's a big deal when you're talking about a game that you have projected at 214. So again, outside looking in, because when you listen to this, if it is up to that 210.5 number, don't play it. Keep it off. I bet it 209.5. If you can find that inside of -110 on FanDuel, that's where I got it here. Over 209.5 is the play that I recommend here from this one. Again, a lot of pace metrics. We know defensively how great these two teams are, but shooting efficiency for the likes of Jalen Suggs, obviously Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner. And then on the Pelican side, I just like the construction of this team. Trey Murphy starting to ball out offensively. Let's continue on our merry way. Here's a speculative lean for you. The Sacramento Kings on a back-to-back taking on the Washington Wizards. The massive news for them. Denny Avdia question. questionable. I mean, he's been the best player on this team in current iterations without Kyle Kuzma. But the big news, Kyle Kuzma off the injury report. Will be playing basketball yet again here. It was so brutal to watch Jordan Poole just chuck ad nauseum every damn game. Like, what are we doing? And, well, Sacramento, I will say, Harrison Barnes, he left to the locker room. Keon Ellis got the start there. Do they dare go Chris Duarte in the starting unit and just keep Malik Monk being that impact player off the bench who plays 30 minutes? I think there's a pretty strong possibility for it. Curious where some of the props land on the Sacramento side of things, but I'm actually just going to talk about Washington because Kyle Kuzma off the injury report. I think you want to get some 25 plus points, 30 plus points down now. Even if Denny Avdia plays, I doubt they're going to play him like the 36, 38 minutes that he would have been capable of before. And Justin Champagny, now that he's playing more, he is somebody who does like to chuck a little bit, definitely gets things done in terms of the box score, but I kind of like a split play where you maybe put like half a unit on 25 plus, a quarter unit on 30 plus, some sort of ladder. Obviously, I don't talk about the ladders very much because I'm looking at positive EV betting, but Kyle Kuzma 25 plus, 30 plus, I'm going to take a look at the marketplace there. Again, FanDuel's been the best market for those here of late. If you want to be tailing that, or if you have a question about how to handle this spot, I do think it's a great game environment. We know defensively, Sacramento not bringing a whole hell of a lot. And then, of course, the pace in this one should be nifty from both sides. Kuzma 25 plus, 30 plus, only way that one stays competitive. The Bulls, the Houston Rockets, more injury news that we got to speculate and make some decisions on. And I have made a decision here. I said, Aline Lake. I decided this is the one that I wasn't going to fire here because I know how much prop exposure I will get in the morning, in the afternoon. Been firing up bets in the premium Discord there in the mornings, trying to get a lock in early for the people, whether it was Wemby, getting that upgraded. And well, I mean, it was a lock originally on that one, but having other pieces of that I was interested in, getting to the Chet Holmgren at 14.5, getting ourselves also on less than 12.5 points for Malik Beasley there. Lots of locks getting fired up in the premium Discord. We'll talk about that here in just a second. You can get it for $1 right now using promo code MADNESS at the link below. But Ayo Dosunmu here. The Chicago Bulls, they're going to be in flux somehow, some way here. Kobe White questionable, Alex Caruso questionable. I really like shorting Ayo Dosunmu here. I still think he plays an absurd amount of minutes because Batum, as good as he has played, if you get Caruso and White playing, you're just going to see teens minutes from those guys. You're going to see mid-30s from this Chicago iteration that they are just rolling with. And DeMar DeRozan, been playing some good ball, there's no doubt. So is Ayo. But Kobe White questionable and Alex Caruso questionable. I don't feel like tangling with that all too much here. I know I'm going to find other props that I'm interested in. And against Houston, this isn't exactly the easiest matchup. You get Dylan Brooks and company here. Dylan Brooks out there to do one thing, well, other than terrible threes. He will be out there to play lots of good defense because he's actually very good at that. No questions asked. You can make fun of him for other stuff, that's for sure. But I think Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green with that ridiculous game he just had on Washington. Offensively, not worried about them going crazy here still because Chicago, and it's a 213.5 total for a reason. Chicago defensively with Ayo out there, been playing better defense here this season. Kobe White been showing out here. That's why they're playing him 40 minutes a night when healthy. But 23.5 PRA. If I knew that both Caruso and Kobe White were playing, I would absolutely be betting this. This would be a half unit, maybe a little bit more. But as it stands, this is kind of a perfect middle that they've kind of ran out here, where I just don't really want to be tangling with it because in the event that they don't play, Ayo's going up to the 26-ish land pretty damn quickly. So I'm going to be staying away. I understand, though, if you can't get the total previously, fire this one up here as a small play because, again, if you just say 50-50 on the news leading into it, which is kind of what I think it is for both individuals there, I think this would be a positive EV play. So let's talk a little Odd Shopper. We'll find you some more props over there. Right now, promo code MADNESS, MADNESS, down at the link below. You get your first week, yes, 1 week of Odd Shopper Premium for just $1. It's $14.99 a week after that. It's $49.99 if you want to go on the monthly package, but you want to jump in there for the NCAA tournament, go right ahead. The positive EV tool and the premium Discord. You could have a week of access to me to just talk shit, to be able to throw out any bets that hey, Eric, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Is that worth $1 to you to have access to me? If you believe that it is, well, sign up down below. Get it for $1. Heckle me for $1. I really don't care. Again, I will be bouncing in. You will get my premium betting card every single day. You'll get the positive EV tool. You'll get the fantasy optimizer if you're in a non-legal state and have an opportunity, friends, to play on Prize Picks and Underdog for the NCAA tournament with positive EV plays, with the best plays on the board. So use code MADNESS, $1 of that first week. We continue on our merry way and can't wait for tomorrow, just like I know all of you can't either. Yeah. Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Giannis didn't play against Boston. I don't know if he's ducking or what, or I don't know. Claxton's questionable. That means Day'Ron Sharp, Day'Ron Sharp, Day'Ron Sharp. Sorry to all the parents out there. I'm not a parent. I'm a parent to a 100-pound Bernese Mountain Dog. Duke, he's excited. My Iowa State Cyclones and my Duke. Can you notice that I have nothing to talk about here? Giannis is out here on Wednesday. Does he play on Thursday? I don't know, but we're not going to get that number until there's some kind of an inkling of what's going on. I think he plays. Going back home? I thought I was going to play today. Yeah, let's move on. That's a lean. Good talk. Let's do another quick lean here. Utah taking on Dallas in this one. The Utah Jazz on the back-to-back right now in the middle of an interesting little basketball game. They're only down 4 here to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Been kind of staying with that one closely. Interesting lineup note to throw out there. I was a little surprised to see it, but they're apparently trying to limit Colin Sexton's minutes in this game because he came off the bench. Chris Dunn. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Chris Dunn ends up getting back in the starting rotation, starting next to Keontae George. They go Hendricks, Sensabaugh. I think they're just resting Lauri Markkanen. They'll bring him back, and then Sexton will be back. Kind of a weird punt spot or like a pseudo punt spot, but Colin Sexton played 12 minutes already, and he was awesome off the bench, had 11, 4, and 3. Just made me laugh a little bit to see him just completely eviscerate that a limited amount of time. But, you know, where is my guy, Chet at? Oh, he's still at 9 points. Great. Let's keep going, Chet. We got to score. Ship choppy. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. But anyway, Luka Doncic here. How about that triple-double the other night? He shot the ball horrendously, stupendously bad. Didn't matter. Finds a triple-double, finds a win for his team. And Jason Kidd, that's what he's interested in, is winning basketball games. And, you know, just attaching himself to the coattails of Luke. Because if you don't, you're going to get fired or sent out on a rail. That's just how it is. How's Grant Williams doing right now? Actually, I think he's actually enjoying himself more in Charlotte, which is hilarious. But as I look at it, Luka Doncic here to triple-double. Want to see the opening numbers here in a couple of spots. One, anything with plus money next to it seems to be having intrinsic value here of late. And two, I mean, he's doing everything for this team. North of a 40% assist rate, usage in the mid-30s every single time, even playing with Kyrie. I don't know why I didn't talk about this Sunday, though. Is Kyrie's lefty runner hook from a guard over a center one of the best game winners of all time? I would vote yes. Let me know what you think. Good talk. Glad we had it. Let's get to it's kind of a lock. We'll explain. Oh boy. We've reached the portion of the program I was kind of dreading a little bit, but it's the Knicks taking on the Denver Nuggets here. 8.5-point dogs. The Knicks, yeah, they upset us the other night. Golden State did not get it done. We've been on a crazy good run of locks here of late. 6 of 8 in the premium Discord. We've gone 5 of 7 on this video here. 2 of them being losers, and one of them was that Golden State absolute L. No doubt about it. But I love the Victor Wembanyama play that we had the other day, so much so that when this showed up for me, I got to follow through on it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, how about I explain it? Victor Wembanyama, we shorted him to the moon, and it was fantastic there. The under of his 39.5, 40.5 PRA came nowhere close against Dallas. It was fantastic stuff. Schematically, I think there's something similar going on here. Now, obviously, the Knicks are not going to play with the pace of a Dallas Mavericks basketball team, so very different opposition. And Nikola Jokic just goes into Minnesota and eviscerates the Naz Reid-less, Karl Anthony Town-less, Rudy Gobert-less Minnesota Timberwolves. But shout out my Timberwolves for hanging tough there in that one. It was an enjoyable basketball game. I just love my team so much. Wanted to throw it out there. But I'm a little bit surprised to see the opening number of 46.5. And I know we've seen 53.5, 52.5 for Luka. And I know we've seen mid 40s, high 40s here for Jokic. In the playoffs last season, we had him in the 50s. But Against this Knicks basketball team that is truly going to scheme to do everything they possibly can. Tibbs is going to do everything he possibly can to make life hell on Joker here. Not that he's going to be able to completely succeed because it is what it is. But I think Isaiah Hartenstein plays a little bit more here. And let me just explain to you how good Isaiah Hartenstein is defensively. This team has him at 100%. You heard me, 100% rating at the center position. He is the top evaluated center, not named Rudy Gobert, that I have in my entire model. On dunks and threes, he is a 100th percentile estimated plus minus defender, plus 4.2. His EPM is plus 4.2. He is a 96th percentile basketball player. You add that to the fact that the New York Knicks do not want to go up and down the floor and run into shootouts with you. The slowest team in the association by a full possession over the Chicago, I almost said the Bears. That's hilarious. Around the mind, NFL draft. Enjoy Caleb Williams. We all hate you. But 95.9 possessions per 48 minutes. Dead last in the association. A full possession behind the Chicago Bulls. My Lord, how can you just convert the same number from the Minnesota spot where Gobert and Reed and everybody didn't suit up and plug and play it here at 46.5? I don't understand it. I know in a competitive spot, you'd be saying, oh, well, you know, this is something where you just have to put his minutes baseline here and you'd have to move it here. But he's at 26, 12.5, and 9. Think about that. 38.5 plus 9, 47.5. Right? Why is he at 46.5 at standard numbers or minus 105 over on FanDuel right now? I don't understand it. I really, really don't. The slowest team in the NBA, the second best defensive center in my model, and the opportunity for Jamal Murray or somebody else to actually go beat you because, again, you don't destroy the Knicks on the interior here. And Precious Achiuwa, obviously, that's somebody that's going to have to play some meaningful minutes there for sure. Josh Hart's playing 40 plus a night every single time. OG Anunoby is going to be out for this. It's not perfect, but Isaiah Hartenstein, I could see the minutes ramped up here by necessity. Got him at 28 on the low end. Think 32, 34 is in play considering what he is capable of doing. And if you're not going to play him 34 minutes in these kind of games, what are you doing playing like Tibbs is the guy who should be playing these dudes 40 minutes in these kind of spots and playing the matchups. Jericho Sims maybe gets in for a couple, but yeah, the Precious Achiuwa minutes are what you're sweating here in this one because I feel pretty good otherwise. Nikola Jokic, I'm going to call it a like lock. Again, I put a unit on it. If you're not as confident as I am in it, totally understand. It's an uncomfortable feeling shorting stars, but it's one of the more profitable ways to go about it because, again, people love to play them, and I like to go the other direction. Under 46.5 PRA, my best bet currently as of Wednesday night for Thursday's. Here's a pretty great bet, too. Bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets over at Bet365 at the link below. Again, Bet365, there are only 10 states where it is currently available. Now, you just got it in North Carolina. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But it's also available in Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Arizona, Kentucky, and Louisiana, my friends. Yes, North Carolina, welcome to the fray there as well. Not the band, but 10 states where you can get Bet365. If you're in one of those 10, get $150 in bonus bets for the NCAA tournament. Get $150 in bonus bets for my NBA plays or my MLB plays. Yeah, it's going to be a great time here. A week from Thursday, opening day, official opening day for all of the teams, not just the Dodgers San Diego thing going on here. So friends, Bet 5, get 150 at the link below if you're in one of those states. If you're 21 and over, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. One more game. It'll be quick. The Atlanta Hawks plus 9.5 taking on Phoenix. And interesting one here of note because, well, Phoenix is yet a team that is on another back-to-back here, playing another team that they are massive, massive favorites against. Now, you know by now, under 48.5, still something that I am sweating out here. That wins bet for the second half. If you didn't know, then just ignore me. You don't need to actually listen to me about anything. But Okongwu comes back. Okongwu came back last game for Atlanta, which was a little bit surprising. Think he continues to start there? They go Murray, Bogdanovich, Krejci, Okongwu, Capella, and have Hunter coming off the bench because they just apparently hate him. It is what it is. But with Jalen Johnson out now with this ankle injury, just from don't too hard on people as well. Him and Ant, same day. Wild, wild stuff, the athletes in this world. But 9.5-point dogs, this is not one I feel like tangoing all too much with. But if you made me, it is a Phoenix stand on a back-to-back. Maybe you get Booker, Beal, Durant, somebody resting here, and this slides a little bit inside of it. Not likely, because Phoenix is trying to claw themselves into some type, some way, somehow of, well, they're going to probably be in the play-in. It is what it is. You're going to be in the play-in. But hosting the play-in would be useful. Having 2 cracks at the play-in would be useful. There's something to be said about that. But Atlanta plus 9.5, currently my best play from it. DeJounte Murray been playing some absolute ball of late, that's for sure. I like Okongwu, Capella. Interesting that they're going to continue to just have these weird center rotations. Bruno Fernando probably just going to be out of the rotation. Stagger some Capella and Okongwu, do something there. Anyway, we'll keep track of that for sure, friends. But we're going to get ourselves the heck out of here. Good times, grand times. Atlanta plus 9.5. That's just going to be a lean. We're not going to probably bet it. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this Thursday 7-gamer we have before us. The NCAA tournament is rocking. Don't forget, $1 promo code MADNESS down below. Sign up for that premium in Discord. I'm just going to be sitting here with the laptop and the TV and the iPad, and we are just watching sports tomorrow. There'll be golf on. Yeah, I'm going to have to sweat my Valspar bets. Does anybody want my Valspar bets? I'll give them to you. Be good. Does anybody else want to lose money with Doug Gim? Going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, Bet365. Sign up for them below. If you're 21 and over, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Producer Jacob, thank you. Per usual, UNLV's not in the tournament. They suck. Yeah. Go Cyclones. Go Dukies. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets and the NCAA streets, because I know you're doing that too, on Thursday.